Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Haunted House. My name is Ghost, and welcome back to another episode of History with a Ghost. I recently replayed Red Dead Redemption 1 for the first time in probably over 10 years, and recently I've been struggling on which firearm I should cover next. Because I played RDR1 recently, I'm in the mood for covering a firearm from the West. So today we are talking about the Winchester rifle, the gun that won the West. We're going to talk about the gun itself and its origins. The volcanic repeating arms responsible for the iconic volcanic pistol had gone bankrupt around 1856. A year later, a man by the name of Oliver Winchester would buy the company. He saw great potential with the company. Before he bought the company, he was a carpenter and owned a clothing store in New Haven, Connecticut. When buying this company, his name would go down in history. He would change the name of the company from the Volcanic Repeating Arms Company to the New Haven Repeating Arms Company, and later on into the well-known Winchester Repeating Arms Company. The reasons for why the former Volcanic Arms Company had gone bankrupt were apparent. The volcanic pistol and rifle were pretty bad. They would constantly have feeding issues, misfires. The lever on the volcanic pistol was finicky and considered just unpractical for a pistol. The ammo was horrendous. They used what was called rocket ball ammo. It was a type of caseless ammo. Now, all rocket ball ammo around this time was bad, but the rocket ball ammo Volcanic produced was on another level of bad. The amount of powder these bullets held was not much. The bullets only had a max speed of 280 feet a second. The ammo was also prone to misfires and foiling, which is the buildup of residue, causing the gun to be less accurate. Because of these issues with the guns, the New Haven's arm company at the time had a slow start. It was pretty rough. Not long after, the Henry rifle was made by Benjamin Tyler Henry. Not gonna say much about the Henry rifle in this video. Gonna save that for another video. Oliver Winchester saw the Henry rifle and immediately capitalized on it. He took the Henry rifle and just made it better and slapped his name on it. He scalped the gun. It's hilarious. True America Oliver was. um, the first Winchester rifle was released in 1866, the model 1866. There is only two differences between the Henry and the Winchester. The Henry had a big tube that you had to load the bullets from the front. Meanwhile, the Winchester had a side loading gate to load the gun. The Winchester also had a wood finisher forend to protect you from the heat of the barrel. Meanwhile, the Henry was all metal. The Winchester rifle model 1866 was, of course, a lever action rifle. You could pull the lever and the spent casing would come flying out. The model 1866 was chambered in 44 Henry rimfire. The gun had a velocity of 1200 feet a second, way better than the Henry rifle. It had a 14 round tube magazine. It had a total length of around 30 inches and a barrel length of 20 inches. It weighed around 9 pounds, and 170,000 of them were made in the Wild West era. Now that's the original version, the first one made and released to the public, but 7 other versions were made, not including modern versions. But yeah, now we ain't gonna talk about all of them, but there is one other version of the Winchester, uh, and that is the Model 1873. This is the most famous version of the Winchester and the gun that got the name of the gun that won the West. Now, almost everything about the Model 1873 is the same with the Model 1866. It has a 20-inch barrel, it had a total length of 30 inches, 14 round tube magazine, it had the wood finishing, a velocity of 1200 feet a second, and weighed 9 pounds. But there was some major upgrades. The Model 1866 used a brass receiver, but the Model 1873 used a iron and steel receiver which was stronger. Also, as I said earlier, the Model 1866 was chambered in 44 Henry. Meanwhile, the Model 1873 was chambered in 44 40 Winchester, which was also a centerfire cartridge, which were more reliable compared to rimfire. The Winchester in the West was used for all sorts of things like hunting, defending your home or cattle. It was used by lawmen and a bunch of famous outlaws from the West. It was also used by the Native Americans. The production of the Model 1873 was way bigger than the Model 1866. Over 720,000 of them were made compared to the 170,000 Model 1866s that were made. The Model 1873 was a massive success. But yeah, that's about everything about the Winchester rifle. I've been looking forward to making this video. Um, it was really fun doing research for this, but yeah. Again, as usual, I've said this like for a bunch of videos now, but I'm sorry if I stutter and stuff. I'm still recovering from cold. My brain hasn't been the best recently, but yeah. Um, if you like this video, please give it a like and a follow, and I'll see you next time. Bye.